Ladies and gentlemen, let's try that again. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. See the microphone lagging a little bit. To the, well, at least I believe this is going to be the last episode of Escape from Tarkov in this version, not single player, I mean, in this version and right here. And the reason being rather simple. I'm getting a little bit bored of the game, to be completely honest with you, and the end of the game, well, first of all, it doesn't really exist, but the end of all of these quests is nowhere in sight. Like, not really. There's still a bunch to do on Streets of Tarkov, there's a couple on Shoreline, a couple on Reserve, and all in all, I also have the modded ones, which I need to do, but, okay, they were there just for a little bit of flavor, but generally speaking, I feel like the biggest part of the challenge for the mod is, the mode, I suppose, which is, softcore, is gone. I can buy most of what I need from the traders that I've unlocked. So, tier 4 here, tier 3 for the rest of them for the most part, is not exactly a big challenge anymore. The one thing I still find challenging is finding some of the top tier ammunition and weapons, but, even that's not the biggest problem, and the most difficult thing in the world. And then, other than that, it's kind of done. I mean, here, let's take a look at a few of the things that I need. Crafting-wise, we can go over to the hideout. Today, I finished upgrading the shooting range to level 2. And, yeah, sure, I mean, look, there's... What do I need? No, there's such thing as a level 4 generator. Water collection, level 3? Yeah, I need one more of these, and if I were playing the regular mode, I would just buy it. Now I'm gonna need to search for it, and okay, yeah, fair enough, but I've upgraded, like, most of these other things fully as well, as you can see, so... The stash, dude, for example, at level 4 I'm gonna need, yeah, these things. And an intelligence center. Again, not the most difficult thing in the universe to find, and I'm half tempted to just buy them off the flea market, but of course, softcore, the whole point of the challenge was not to buy anything off the flea market. And at this point, I feel like I'm just sort of done, and I'd like to move on to something else. We've done 85 episodes of this series, and once again, I'm going to go over to tasks. We've done so many of them. Now, originally, I thought I was going to get to Kappa, and I could if I wanted to focus on just the quests that are related to Kappa. But for a lot of these quests, it's also, like, I'm still unable to do Pharmacist, right? Because I just cannot get the key to drop inside the car that I was looking for example. Although there are other ways around it, but, it doesn't matter. Some of the test drive stuff is, I guess that's alright. No Place for Renegades is going to be a nightmare, because raiders just tend to not be here often. And so, a lot of these are just unnecessarily grindy, and the tasks that aren't unnecessarily grindy, like this one, or the cult one, they're not particularly difficult either. I thought a lot of the challenge here would come from keys, me not having keys, and it has, but just for this one. Yeah, for everything else, I was able to relatively easily get the keys that I need. And for this one, I couldn't get it off the trade either, and it just wasn't happening, right? But everything else, like installing these Wi-Fi cameras and stuff, it's just a little bit not really exciting anymore, right? I think the reason is because I've played the game so much, and if you take a look at my stash... Yeah, look, like, it's not the biggest and wealthiest stash known to mankind, but I have enough guns here for God knows how long, and that's not including the ones I have already set up on the rack. Ammunition, too, like, look at this. US caliber rifles are suffering a little bit, but, like, look at this. And so, it's not that the game's easy. You see me get killed every now and again, and... sometimes running into bosses is still a very traumatic experience and all that, and it's not the difficulty. I like the difficulty where it is. It's just that it's not really exciting anymore. And even if I were to make the game, like, twice as hard. That's not the problem. It's the fact that I've progressed too much. I feel like it comes down to a core Tarkov problem to an extent, where you play enough to get all the good stuff, and then the game just isn't really that fun anymore. What would make the game a lot more fun is maybe some different things to do around the map. Co-op would be fun. You know, different missions when you click play would be fun to, you know, instead of going from A to B every single time on interchange or customs or whatever, to do something slightly different. But it is what it is, shall we say. And for now, let's go over to Lighthouse one last time, and I'm just going to go over here and... Oh, it's been a while. Which of these keys are the Lighthouse ones? It's this one, right? Wait, this is it? Lighthouse, streets, cabins, interchange. This is all dorms. That's it, right? That's the only one? Okay. The map as well. Yeah, got a bunch over here that I don't have the keys for, but I do for these things. Okay, fair enough. Let's try it. I got the Sig Spear equipped with not a great red dot. Tends to shoot a little bit low, but I'll try and compensate for that. And off we go to the lighthouse, except I think I'd like to wait a little bit more before I go to around 6 AM at least. Yeah, because I don't have night vision, I prefer to wait a tiny little bit. And then, also, what I've noticed is a lot of those, how do I put it, like, mythical spots, where, you know, you get the cult activity and stuff, also kind of not really that exciting anymore, because you've seen it all, right? The maps were exciting when I didn't know what was around the corner, I didn't know what was in some of the rooms, but now you've played enough to know where every single thing on every single map is, except for the, yeah, you mean, except for the quest item on Lighthouse Dragon that you've spent 6 episodes trying to find and couldn't find it. Yeah, except that one thing, but I know, like, loot drop locations and stuff as well, and yeah, I want to go after, like, bitcoins and GPUs and stuff, but at the same time, a large chunk of me at this point in the progression goes, well, why? What am I going to buy with a bunch of GPUs and bitcoins? A couple of cool guns off of, what's-his-face, off of Peacekeeper? Yeah, sure, look, he does have some cool guns, but I've already tried them, and I've already shot them, and I already have a bunch of them, and I can just make them myself, right? And then there's the whole balancing issue of a lot of the really cool guns are in 5.56, which is not a great caliber, or 5.45, which is also not a great caliber. And so aside from the spear, all of them are pretty, you know, meh. Well, at least when you compare them to the spear, so... It's, I don't know, it's just not that exciting anymore, I guess. But, I guess one last time on Lighthouse, and I'll see you in a moment, but I do want to talk about a couple of other things as well about the future series and stuff like that. I want to talk about Stalker a little bit, which has been adventurous launch, shall we say, but yeah, we will see. Now, though, I'm just going to wait a little bit to get to around 6 AM, and then I'll take it from there. That's what I spawned to. To be honest with you, I didn't need another reason to stop playing the game, but, yeah. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, let's try that again, this time without getting a grenade dropped on our heads, hopefully, in the first 10 seconds of spawning in. Okay, to be fair, last time I... need to go this way. To be fair, last time I had to tab back in, so I did take like 5 or 6 seconds to tab back in. And then just shot a guy in the face before I started recording, because I saw him running in front of me, and I thought to myself, well, I can't reach for the recording button now, just gotta do this first, right? And so I did that, and then afterwards started recording, and you saw the whole story. Now, what I wanted to talk about was how I just don't find this game as exciting anymore, and part of the reason why I wanted to stop playing is that. The other reason is the wiggling crosshair, which never goes away. And then in terms of like updating and stuff, you can't do that without losing all your progress, so, you know. If I'm going to update, I'm going to wait for a more significant change in what is currently available in terms of the content for this game. And, you know, after that we can go somewhere. I should have taken the... Didn't I? Yeah, I should have taken those markers or something to do an extra quest, but... Well, to be fair, I don't know if I'm going to be able to... finish this one, so... Yeah. Right, don't actually know if I can walk alongside the waterline and end up on the other side of the bridge. I cannot. Okay. Is this an invisible wall stopping me from going in knee-high water? Yeah. Yikes. Alright, I'll go down there. Wait, I can't... Oh, I can't do... Ah, but I can do this jump. There's no way to cross the water here, really? Oh, there is here. Here is alright, okay. Figured it would be. Now, I did take Jaeger's letter from this area, right? Yeah, I did. No minefields over here as well, so I can just go straight up to past pipes and over to corporate secrets up there. That's what we're trying to do, corporate secrets one last time, right? Because I'd feel mighty annoyed if I couldn't do corporate secrets. I tried so many godforsaken times that it's a bit ridiculous. Anywho, I'm just in the mood for playing something else that's of this sort of thematic, or of this sort of theme, which is a realistic-ish military shooter, and I thought I'd be moving over to Stalker 2, more or less as soon as it released, and then I gave it a try, and boy am I glad I gave it a try first before I started recording, because, well, I lost the save file. I played for about 10 hours, maybe, of the game, and I just lost the save file. Corrupted, unretrievable, unrepairable, gone forever. Okay, whoops. To be fair, the game's launch was a bit turbulent. Tried again, and I feel like, I don't know how to put this, for a Stalker game, considering how long it's been since we had one, it's not bad, but it's not a particularly good game either. A lot of the maps later on feel very empty. Mutant fights are completely meaningless. The game lacks some of its more scary and more exciting atmosphere that the predecessors had. And of course, there's the objective. Bugs, glitches, the fact that A-Life doesn't work. So it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination until you get to the AI. The AI in Stalker 2 is serviceable if you don't pay attention to it. But if you start paying attention to it, and you start... you start playing around with it, and you start to try and sort of... I don't know how to put this. Analyze it a little bit. To see what it's like. See what it can do and what it can't, and so on and so forth. You'd be mighty disappointed. At one point, I went to, like, a military compound, cleared the area, turned around, turned the corner, realized I forgot something, came back, and saw that all the enemies respawned in the exact same spots on top of the bodies that I just dropped. Which is not ideal, but fine. And then... okay, what the fuck is that? And that's not shooting at me, is it? Asshole. Complete another arseholes, then. Also seeing where the bullets land and the bullet impacts and realizing how close you are to hitting him, but you're still not hitting him is a little bit infuriating, but they're still encouraging. Oddly encouraging, I would say, at the same time. Perhaps I shouldn't go for the enhanced... Really? What, my hands get shaky all of a sudden? Okay, that's just a bug with the lighting as I move. I thought that was... Ты нашел себе? Did you find yourself in the toilet? Gotta admit, not really, not really. Check for any loose loot here, none. Check for any targets on the rooftops or something like that. way. Where was the... Was it here or was it in the other... I think it's in the other place. There's another guy here. Fortunately, I can't press any of these. Has to be in the other... Sort of kind of looks like a person, right? It's here, isn't it? Data, there you go. I was hoping it would show up in the loose loot thing. It doesn't. But yeah, there you go. That's where you get the data, and then you have corporate secrets and the other thing from over here. Let's see if we can get that as well. Gonna be an adventure getting it, don't get me wrong. Also need to get to the train. Quick as I can. I think I have to push him.
You're good.
Thank you. Okay, that was a weird experience. They're shooting me in the back of my freaking giant head that I've exposed for him. He just tells me I'm good. And then proceeds to take a bullet to the face. Some might argue a Giga Chad maneuver. I tend to agree. You know what, let's go up to 100 meters range on this thing. I feel like I'm going to have an easier time hitting people. Already check the rooftops up there. I want to see if I can... You want to see what, Juggernaut? You want to see if you can throw a grenade up there? Yeah. Yes, past self, that's exactly what you should have thought of prior to this mission. And not right now, because right now it's a bit late. You didn't bring any... You didn't bring any sodding grenades. Yup, barbed wire extends that far. I actually want to be on the other side of this wall, don't I? I want to be over here. Wait, what? Come on. And now you're a boss. I'm fine. Okay, he doesn't have the best ammo. Grenades would go a long way, though. He's gonna flush me out with grenades, probably. Okay, at this point, I have leaned as far into my monitor as physically possible, and I did not see anything. Granted, I haven't played the game in a bit, so me spotting things isn't going to be exactly the easiest thing ever, but... no movement. He may bleed to death. So I'm not using FMJ ammo, I'm using M62, I think. Which is ammunition with an extremely high penetration capability. Slightly less damage. And so what I'm hoping for is that all those shots I've put into him did something. No freaking wait. Arm stamina's gone as well, so I need to wait for that. I don't have time to wait, though. I need to get this stuff packed up and head for the train. Yeah, M80, I'm not using M62, I'm using M80 ammunition, which... And as you can see, 41 pen, level 5 penetration, 80 damage. It's not... bad at all, I would say. Okay, but the one thing I want to check is where all the things are. Okay. Report, there we go. So there's one. And the other is in the operating room. Really? Two shots from this thing to the chest, and he's just gonna walk it off. Of course he is. Search this guy. I need, there's my train. Is it one more over? Is it here? Hey, guess what, folks? We found it. What do I need to do here? Check what the quest says. Place a jammer signal inside the studio. Well, too bad, so sad. Jammer signal not gonna happen. Slight problem. Now let's get out of here. To the armored train. I mean, that's if I can make it to the train on time. If I can't, there's really no other way to leave this place, is there? Nah, so it's train all the way. Okay. We will try. I mean, if I remember this correctly, the train sounds a horn when it's about to depart, and the minefield should be right of these rocks, so I should be able to cross here without much in the way of trouble. Now just gotta look out for exit campers. Time. Still less than 10 minutes in, and I think the train can't leave at, like, I know it's somewhat random, but I'm pretty sure it can't leave yet. I know it arrived somewhat recently. Pretty sure it can't leave until the timer goes into the red. Or at the very least, that's what I'm hoping for. Oh, I don't like these angles here. There could be someone behind these boxes having a perfect shot on me, and I'm just hitting boxes all the time. I'm not able to hit my enemy. We're good. Firefight happening relatively close, but I'm pretty sure it's still over the wall over there, like where I just came from. I didn't loot many of my enemies, because I had a singular task of getting some of this data, and I don't really care about the stash anymore, because, you know, we're leaving Tarkov forever, having made our fortune here, but generally speaking, right, you get the idea. Like, Stalker kind of disappointed me, and I'm a little bit tired of this game. I mean, it's like 80-something episodes, like I said, is a fair bit. However, I do have something else in mind, and that is Project Zomboid. Now, I do want to wait until a stable build of version 42 comes out, so I can mod it a little bit and not have to deal with as many of the bugs. But that will definitely be coming back, because it was one of my most popular series, and people really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed making those videos, so especially with the new, you know, with the animals, the rebalancing of the game and everything, yeah, definitely I'll be coming back to Project Zomboid. But other than that, you've seen, I think, today that I've started a Total War Warhammer 3 Let's Play. That's going to be going for a short bit, I think, like a dozen or so episodes, maybe, at the most. And then, yeah, that's it. That's, all there is to it. As far as any other videos are concerned, I had a few ideas in the past. I still need to do Bioshock 2, which is going to happen as soon as I clear out some of the other games in the proverbial catalogue. And then I also have to do a Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play at one point, because... What? Never mind. Because every single self-respecting Let's Player at one point or another has to do a Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play, right? I'm going to try and make mine a little bit more role-play-ish and sort of in-character and stuff, because the vast majority of the ones I've seen were people talking to their Twitch chat for 40 minutes and then taking a turn or something, which is... it has entertainment value, but it's not really the kind of stuff that I want to make. At any rate, though, there's also a few other games coming out. Stalker might get some patches with A-Life and everything, and then maybe I'll take a look at it again later, so on and so forth. There's plenty of stuff to be excited about. There's also well, not many, but a couple of new games that are going to come out that I'm looking forward to. And yeah, there's going to be Let's Play... Okay, that scared me a little bit. There's going to be Let's Play videos coming out, I hope, fairly regularly, depending on you know, what my job allows, but yeah, there's going to be several series that I'm really, really excited for, to say the absolute least, and I hope you stick around and enjoy them, because this was fun, and the least I can do, I think, is promise you that I can provide more content that is just as fun and entertaining as this. Maybe, although maybe in a slightly different game. That said, though, thank you for being here with the series. I know that there's a number of people that have watched the entire series from episode 1 to episode 85, I think this is. That's pretty amazing, you know. Really, thank you for that, and yeah. I'll see you in another series somewhere, hopefully. And if not, well, Escape from Tarkov single player will be back at one point or another, probably with the next big update after this one. So I think 3.9 is out right now. Let's call it 4.0 if that's going to be the next version. Probably with that version, with you know, there's going to be new content, and I'm probably going to have a different style of Let's Play for that version, probably with the flea market, and trying to go through things a little bit quicker than with this one, because this one was hardcore, and dying here was truly problematic. It's difficult to get armor and stuff, or it was especially at the beginning. But yeah, you know, I guess the next one was going to be a regular run with probably, you know, not exactly speed running to Kappa, but trying to get there a lot more quickly with, you know, knowledge of how quests go, and well, a lot more knowledge of the maps in general, I would say. The one thing we've never done, though, in this version is go to labs. And there's no reason to. And that's really also one of the things that kind of bothered me with this style of content, and, well, with this style of Let's Play, I guess, and everything. I never went to labs because there was never a need to, right? For the time being, there are no quests on labs. Getting the actual keycards to labs is kind of difficult. And more so, I'm actively discouraged from going there because I have quests to do in other places. And so, yeah. Oh well, I think we go over raiding and then tasks, right? Yeah. Mechanic. Turn it in. Turn it in. There we go. Completed. Corporate secrets is done. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Let's check our reward. It was just a little bit of money. Fine, but we did unlock something from Mechanic, didn't we? I think we unlocked an AK, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's taking ages to load in, and the frame rate is atrocious. Okay, let me see. It's not the RPDN, is it? I don't think so. Huh? Is it the RPDN? Okay, if we go over to tasks, show completed, that one was corporate secrets. The reward was you'll be able to purchase a Kalashnikov AK-104 7.62x39 RPTK from Mechanic as a reward. Does he get that on the next restock? Probably, right? Yeah, probably not right now, but on the next restock. Oh, no, here it is. Yeah, I have it. There you go. That's the AK we unlocked with the drum magazine and the... Yeah, honestly, from this angle it looked okay. From here it's a little bit cursed. Yeah, and this on the handguard instead of the back. It's a little bit cursed. Not much. Like, the compact size of it makes it kind of cool, but it's also a little bit cursed at the same time. 5 GP coins, you know, it's something. But as I was saying, I wanted to go to labs on several occasions, and I thought, yeah, maybe episode 90 or something we can go to labs, but, like, why? I'm actively discouraged from going there because all the tasks are on the other maps, and going here is not going to really net me anything I need, right? Because the things that I needed the most for the entirety of all 85 episodes were these little things, like screws, bolts, nuts, screwdrivers, and these, like, this nonsense. That's what I needed the most because I couldn't buy any off the flea market. And now that I can, or if I could, rather is what I mean by that, if I could, maybe you could try and earn, you know, lots of money on labs runs or something, or get guns or whatever. But I don't need guns either. And so, I mean, I was pretty loot rich for the majority of these runs, but there's no reason to go to labs. And so, yeah. Plus, it's a map I know entirely, well, not entirely, nothing about, but I know very little about it. I've been there only a couple of times on the live server, so yeah. Yikes. Anywho, it was fun, don't get me wrong. It was a very fun 85 episodes. It was a ton of hours, a ton of content. I loved it. It's just that I don't see the point in continuing anymore. And so this is going to be it for the series. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's maybe a little bit of an abrupt end because I'm in the middle of a bunch of quests, but I also realize that 20 episodes from now, I'm also going to be in the middle of a bunch of quests. And so, for version 3.8.3, it's time to turn off the generator one last time and say thank you. Thank you for the content. Thank you for everything that we've had so far. The Bitcoins, the Rolexes, the everything, everything we've collected. Thank you. And we will be back soon. Well, maybe not soon, but we will be back once again. This is a beautiful game. And the style of it, the high risk, high reward style of it, and the balancing of it, and the gunplay and everything, makes you feel something few other games do. And I think that feeling is most cherished when you're new to the game and still learning it. The moment it turns into repetition and the moment you sort of learn a lot of these things, it sort of loses a lot of its magic, I feel like. And sometimes you just need to take a break from it, right? Take a break for a couple of weeks, couple of months, come back later, and I think you're going to enjoy the game a lot more. Anywho, just my thoughts. I'll see you all in another series, some other place. Have fun, take care, and bye-bye.